Is there a major market shift ahead for altcoins? And we're taking a look into this live, major, massive breakout that's happening right now. I am talking about Bitcoin, which is the driver of this crypto markets. If it pumps, it's very good for the altcoins, as we are seeing now. A lot of the altcoins actually getting a good pump. However, if this happens to be a fake out, that's very bad for the altcoins. Now, I've seen my fair share of fake outs in my 5+ years of trading. So we're going to dive into this breakout here, this Bitcoin breakout, and see what levels I am paying attention to for this breakout to be a more solid one. Okay. We're also going to be talking about some altcoins later in this video, usually after the 10-minute mark, which would involve Tars AI, which is the TAI token, Mog Coin, which is the meme coin, as well as Stronghold Token SHX. See what's going on in these markets. What are some updated price targets and setups that I'm paying attention to for these markets? Of course, I'm first things first, I'm going to be paying attention to Bitcoin because this is the driver of the markets. I don't trade altcoins without a clear understanding of the Bitcoin charts. Now, first thing is that we're going to take a look into some major crypto news that could affect the markets before diving into the charts here. So let's get started here. This is by News BTC. Bitcoin is one candle away from $141,300. Breakouts. Chartmaster warns. Now, you guys might want to look into this news because I'm not reading this into detail for you guys. I'm just putting on a critical and skeptical cap for you guys whenever I'm reading news headlines. Okay, I think it's very important here that the author at least puts some type of time frame here. I mean, what type of candle? Is it a monthly candle, a weekly candle? Because that could make a lot of difference, right? So that is what I am. That's the immediate question that comes to mind. Um, and I think I don't think we're far from 141,000. Okay, honestly speaking, after looking at breakouts from the past, which would include the November 2024 breakouts, the December 2020 breakouts. If you guys have been around, so yeah, I mean I don't think 141,000 is far away, but just in terms of this headline for context, you guys might want to read into what type of time frame the author is talking about. Next piece here is going to be by News BTC. Real crypto bull run just beginning, says analyst. Here's why I do agree that we're about to begin this bull run for Bitcoin, for the altcoins. But I am looking at one more level here just for me to say that this breakout is a clean breakout here. I'm going to share with you guys that level. Next piece here, this is by Market Watch. Can the S&P 500 hit 7,000 by year end? One veteran Wall Street strategist says yes. I don't think that's far away for the S&P 500. We're already at about 6,300, and it looks very bullish right now. Especially if we actually take a look into lower time frames, there is some mixed signals on the monthly time frame for both S&P 500 and Bitcoin. And why is the S&P 500 important? Because it has high correlation with Bitcoin. They're both risk-on assets. Let's take a look at the next piece here by News BTC. Bitcoin consolidates below all-time highs as spot market drives momentum. I am seeing yeah, I mean I agree with this headline. We're still consolidating between under that all-time high level at about 112k. That was the level that was hit about last month or May, right? And we're still trying to get through that level right now, even though we are above that 110k level, right, which is very good. but we want to make sure that this Bitcoin move doesn't go back into the pattern, and we're still just slightly above that resistance. That's why I'm not saying that's a solid clean breakout just yet out of that cup and handle pattern on the weekly time frame, which is what I'm paying attention to now. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and go to the next one. Next one is about News BTC. Bitcoin rally ahead. Ahead. Uh, DXY breakdown suggests capital shift to risk on assets. Let's take a look into the DXY just real quick. I haven't really paid attention to the DXY because I know that it has, even though I know that it has some correlation with Bitcoin and the stocks, it's not too big of a correlation, at least lately. Okay. If you guys are into the DXY and want to share some insights because you think you guys know better, more, you guys can share in the comment section below. But it has been on a downtrend, right? It has been on a downtrend, and it looks like it could be getting some support here. Um, so I mean, like I said, I don't think it's been too correlated with Bitcoin lately. Okay. Yeah, we've had some monthly candles, red candles, while Bitcoin has been printing green candles, but I mean, it is at a support level. It looks like. So I mean, if this is correlated, would that mean that this is going to produce a slight bounce here for DXY on the monthly time frame, and that's not good for Bitcoin in the stock market. So that's why I'm not really paying attention to the DXY. I'm paying more attention to the stock market, right, for correlation. All right. Now that's basically it for the headlines I'm showing you guys. If you guys want to read more into details of these headlines, I am pulling them from TradingView. I do have an affiliate link in the description section below. If you guys don't have TradingView, they have plans for under $20 per month. You guys should definitely get it because if you guys are trading without it, it is, I mean, that's absolute ludicrous. Okay. All right, if you guys use my affiliate link in the description section below, I will also get a commission, so you guys are supporting my channel. So let's go ahead and dive into the charts here and see what's going on. So Bitcoin, we had a breakout yesterday, okay? It broke above that 110K level that I've been talking about for the longest time now, okay? I probably, since about May, okay? Now, that level is at about 110K. We are above that right now, just slightly. So we don't have a solid candle close above that 110K just yet. What I am looking for to say that this is a solid, clean breakout is start getting daily candles and higher time frame candles above 112K, which was the previous high there, where it tapped 112K before getting a rejection. We did break out of this falling wedge pattern that I've been talking about. It ran for some time at a very tight range. Price target out of that smaller pattern, that falling wedge, is going to be about 120K. Of course, the bigger pattern I'm looking for here is going to be the cup and handle pattern, okay, which has a price target of about 145K. Now, price targets are estimates only. There could be more, there could be less. If there's more room for Bitcoin to run, there's going to be more room for the altcoins to run. I am long on Bitcoin and quite a bit of these altcoins here. And I'll tell you guys when I change my opinion. So you guys definitely want to stick around. Now, let's see here. Let's take a look into what's happening with the altcoins here. We're going to be talking about Tars AI first, which is TAI, USD or USDT. See what's happened in this coin here. This is a smaller altcoin. I think it's ranked. It is ranking 500 and below. So definitely use some caution. I mean, there's going to be a lot of upside opportunities with these smaller cap altcoins, especially if Bitcoin starts this bull run. However, there is still a small chance that Bitcoin this breakout could still flop here. If it breaks back into that 110K with solid candle closes, that's not going to be looking good, okay? So even though I'm saying, this breakout is looking more likely, there is still a chance. Okay, for every trade, I consider both the risk of both the upside and downside moves. Okay, nothing's 100% in this market. Now let's take a look into Thai USDT. See what's going on in this market here. Okay, since the last time I've talked about it, 3-day time frame. 3-day time frame. This falling wedge pattern still valid. Falling wedge is probably the most common pattern that you guys will see if you guys start charting these charts. It's a very simple but effective pattern because it tells you that after an extensive downtrend on that time frame, it is more likely that it's going to be breaking to the upside. It's looking like it's trying to break to the upside right now, as we do have a wick above this upper trend line. Now, I have a measure move here. Let's just say if it breaks out by this point, for example, the measure move out of this pattern for Tars AI is going to be about 12.6 cents price targets. Okay, that's still basically what I'm seeing. It is very close to that upper trend line. Will it actually break out, right? Or there's still a small chance that this pattern breaks down, of course, right? And that's going to be a pretty steep way down. And for a smaller altcoin like this, it could go down pretty fast. So when you guys, trade smaller altcoins, just know what you guys are getting into. There's, high reward opportunity, but there's also very high risk. Let's go ahead, especially if Bitcoin consolidates. But if Bitcoin starts on this bull run, I have a lot of these smaller altcoins anyways, okay? So let's go ahead and go to SHX, which is Stronghold Token. Now, last time I've talked about this token, I understand that there were some comments telling me that this token it was on the market since 2018. However, out of data that I have actually been able to find, it only goes back to about 2022. Okay. So if you guys have any insights on which exchange on TradingView has data going back to 2018, you guys can share that in the comment section below. Otherwise, I'm going to just use the data that I see that has the most data on the exchange. In this case, it would be just by TradingView data here. Okay. Now, since the last time I've covered this coin, I have spotted a new pattern, right, which is a falling wedge pattern. Now, falling wedges, like I said, tend to break to the upside, and this one did, just right here, right? It wicked to the upside, and then, so let me adjust for this breakout point. Price target is going to be about 1.5 cents price target, so it's a decent move for a smaller crypto here. And what happens if it actually breaks and goes to that price target there? Now, this is on the daily time frame, okay? So it's a shorter term price target. What would happen? What would I do if the price action reaches that target? What I do is, if it consolidates at that price level, I would chart the consolidation pattern and see if I can get any more clarity on if the price action is more likely to be going up from there, or will it be pulling back. So if you guys want to see any more of Tars AI, SHX, make sure to drop a like, comment, subscribe, letting me know you guys want to see more updates on these coins. Okay? There's quite a bit of resistance along the way, of course, including the daily 21 SMA, that's currently the blue line. SHX is trying to get a solid candle close above that daily 21 SMA. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and go to the next coin here, which is Mogcoin. See what's going on in this market. All right, Mogcoin here. Let's take a look into the weekly time frame. Right. Weekly time frame. I told you guys last time that it broke out of this falling wedge pattern, this bigger falling wedge pattern. Price target, it's about 0.0000, I think 5 zeros and 245, about there. Okay, that's the price target. Since the breakout here, it has been consolidating, even in a downtrend here on this weekly time frame. Okay, let's zoom in to the daily time frame. See what we're looking at here. So I gave you guys the setup here last time, which is this falling wedge pattern. Again, very common theme. Price target out of this breakout, it already broke out, right? So price target is about 1.00000017. Okay, so that is what I'm looking at here. Still a decent move. Still some room before between now and that target. Of course, a lot of these, these altcoin setups are going to depend on what Bitcoin does. Okay, if Bitcoin starts dumping, these altcoin setups are almost worthless. So this is basically what I'm looking at. If Mogcoin gets to that price targets, we're gonna come back here and see if it is likely to go to that bigger price targets, right? So if you guys want to see more of these altcoins, make sure to drop a like, comment, subscribe, letting me know you guys want to see any of these coins or any other coins. And this wraps up for this video for today. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.